All right, page 3, number 10. The value of y is directly proportional to the value of x. So remember, proportional relationships are equal to each other. When x is 276 and y is 111, what is the value of y when x is 92? So we're going to fill in our values. So x is on the denominator, so that's 276, and y is 111, has to equal the other proportion. So what's the value of y when x is 92? Now, technically, it doesn't matter if you accidentally put x over y and x over y, but we're going to set up the proportion the way you're supposed to. So we're going to do cross products. So I'm going to always do my variable first because that's the easiest one to multiply. So we're going to do that, which is 276y. Bring that equal sign down and do cross products, 111 times 92, and you're going to get 10,212. And we're going to solve that equation. So we're going to divide both sides by 276. Then you have single y or 1y, and that's going to be 37. So the y value is 37. That's not an equation, that's just a y value. Okay. Next question. Matthew is very slowly filling up the new pool that was just built in his backyard. The graph to the right shows the amount of time that passes as he is filling up the pool. Days, water level. What is the rate of change for the situation? Okay, so rate of change. You need to know, because it's not going to tell you anywhere, that means slope in an application problem. So they're asking for the slope, not an equation, slope. And in context means you want to use things like this, our words. What is the story about? So we're going to find the slope or the rate of change. So we need to find 2 points where we have intersecting points. So I'm going to use this, my y-intercept, and I'm going to use this point here. And remember a couple things. One, it's an application problem. So are we going by ones like we would on a coordinate plane? No, we are not. We are going by, actually not by tens, each box is worth 5. So we need to take that into account. So this is actually at 5, so our rise from 5 to 30 is a rise of 25. So I told you always write that number so you don't forget which one goes on the numerator. Rise over run, and our run went from 0 to 1, so the run is 1. So our rate is 25, and then rise, which was our water level, so centimeters, and days, so per day, 25 centimeters for each one day. That is called our rate of change. All right, number 12, determine if the given equations represent a proportional or non-proportional relationship and explain your reasoning. All right, so if you notice, we don't have it in slope-intercept form, so we're going to go ahead and rewrite this. And we're going to distribute by multiplication. Y equals 3x, 3 times negative 10 is negative 30. Now, if it's proportional, our equation is y equals kx. If it's non-proportional, it's y equals mx plus b, because we'd have a y-intercept value. Here, it's technically plus 0 because it goes through the origin, so you don't have anything here. This, if you have a b value, that means it's not proportional. So this has a b value, therefore it has a y-intercept at negative 30, making it non-proportional because it doesn't go through the origin. You could also say that it has an add-on. That's also true. All right, so let's look at the next one. So you notice there's something missing. What's missing? Our b value. Well, our b value means our y-intercept. And if our y-intercept is missing, that means the value of b is 0. Well, if it's a 0, that means it doesn't have one, and that means it is in our proportional, because our answer is going to be it goes through the origin, because that's the y-intercept. The y-intercept is 0. which means it's proportional. It goes through the origin. All right, next one. Write an equation. So I want to pay attention to that because you don't want to mess that up on the test. Write an equation of a line that passes through the point of 3, -1 and has a slope of 5. So we have slope-intercept form, and we're going to find the equation. So what are we missing? Well, slope is our m. Ordered pairs are our x and y. So we can use that to find our b for an equation. So y I'm going to replace with -1. M, which is 5, I'm going to replace that. X, which is being multiplied by m, which is 3. And we're going to solve to find b for the actual equation of this line. Because you remember, you need m and b to write an equation. Well, we already know that. We just don't know our b yet. So we're going to solve this. 5 times 3 is 15. Bring everything else down. Now we're moving the 15 to the left side, so we do the inverse operation to move it to the other side of the equal sign. 15 minus 15 is our 0 pair. Bring our b down. -1 minus 15 is -16. So now I know my b value is -16. So I'm ready to write my equation. Y equals 5x minus 16.